Now business booming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Now business booming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Goddamn, yeah, I linked with my click. That's when it all clicked.
What is going on, everybody? This is Slayer back again with another Division 2 video. This is the build. You guys saw the gameplay yesterday. This is the build, and yeah, I mean, this build can absolutely shred. This one is not optimized. If you run into someone that's got this optimized, they are going to be ridiculous. If you yourself can get these pieces optimized, you're going to be absolutely unstoppable. I think that there's a couple builds. I've got one up right now, that shredder build. I feel like I can counter this one. I feel like if you have a tankier assault rifle build or a really good shotgun build, I feel like you can counter this as well. And I'm just putting that out there first because you're going to see this build quite often. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Wait, let's jump right into it. Alright, so I'm not going to take credit for this build. And I'm not going to be that guy that says, oh yeah, look at this thing I put together, because that's just not fair to the original person who had this. The person who came up with this idea is Wids. I call this the Wids build. He is on PC, so this is me on console. I am on Xbox. If anybody's wondering, this is Xbox gameplay that you guys saw yesterday, so let's jump right into it. So the pieces, I don't care about really what I've got going on down here. It's specifically about having the correct talents. That's really what you need. See, okay, on the left side you see I've got 164k armor, 83,000 health. I wish I had 100k health and less armor, and we'll get right into why that is. So for this build, what I'm running gun-wise is a Vector. You absolutely need this Vector. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to move my face out the way. Okay, there we go. So you absolutely need to have a Vector SBR 9mm. You can use the 45. The 45 just has less ammo. You can use the 45, but I would really try to get that 9mm. This is honestly the only 9mm I've even found. So the talents that you need, the number one talent that you need is Strained. Plus 10% critical hit damage is gained for every 5% of your armor that is depleted. So that one's huge, because my critical hit damage is kind of garbage right now. And the reason for that is and I'll show it to you in a minute, is you can only have 5 reds, which means you can only have 5 offensive skills. So my Vector hits for 8.1k, which is actually pretty good considering that I only have 5. Second weapon is a Model 700 that hits for 103.9k, and this one you can honestly one-shot people. I've done it. I don't think I had it in my gameplay yesterday, but I've one-tapped people with this build. So for this one, I don't really care about the talents. It's more about the raw damage. I mean, this thing, you can honestly just one-tap, and I love that. So keep in mind that 5. So let's just jump right into it. I've got this first piece of Murakami Industries. Like I said, I don't care about my pieces. I need to optimize it. If I can optimize it, get exactly the correct pieces I would want. I would really want like a Wyvern wear, one piece of that. I would really want one piece of, not DH, I really want one piece of the skull. I believe it's a skull off chest piece. Yeah, I would really want one piece of this skull off, because it gives you the 10% SMG. I mean, if you, like I said, if you completely optimize this build, you could really get a lot of damage. If you could optimize your health, you can really do a lot, but it's about the pieces. So really what you want to go for is health on kill. So Murakami Industries, one piece gives you 8% health, so you want to have at least one piece. My chest piece, like I said, it doesn't really matter too much. I've got 8% critical hit chance, 10,683 health, 4.5% weapon damage, and you have to have Berserk for this build to really work. 10% weapon damage for every 10% of your max armor depleted. Of course, you saw this in my shredder build. It requires a shotgun, SMG, or assault rifle. Next, another piece of Murakami Industries. This one has 10,000 health and 662 skill power. You can do something different if you want to. If you could really get lucky and get like one that's got a huge 10k health roll, 10k plus health roll, and then have like a smaller health on kill, that would really be the way that you should go, because skill power is good and all. I like having some skill power, but I'd much rather have some health on kill. Moving on to the knee pads, we have one piece of Gilligard, and Gilligard's nice because it gives you that 5% total armor. So I've got 7,164 bonus armor. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I don't think that you can actually get a health roll right here. I think it is armor. So, of course, I went for armor because you have to have, you can't go over 5. So, if we go back, well, actually, I have mods in this one. One of my chest pieces that I was originally using before I got to this one, I couldn't even put mods in it because it put me at 6. If you guys hear that in the background, that's just the trash man rolling down the road. So, yeah, I'm running a Gilligard. 10% health on kills, 7,164 bonus armor, 2,162 health, 2,517 bonus armor. So this is, and I've got armor regeneration, 1.5% extra incoming healing, which is nice. So shock resistance and bleed resistance, which is okay, I guess. Moving on to the gloves. This is where the build really comes together. This one is a Murakami Industries. Like I said, I really wish I had something different. 2,754 health, 6% SMG damage, which I rolled on there just because I want to have more raw damage. And then clutch. This is the talent that you absolutely need to have for this build to work. So critical hits restore 15% health and repair 2% armor. So honestly, for me, it's supposed to be a PvP build. I use this a lot in PvE. Reason why I do, and you may see some people that use this strictly as a PvE build, and that's awesome because you can use that this way because it's a self-healing tank. So, I mean, I've got, what, 24,000? Yeah, 240,000 total toughness. If you take my health, armor, add it together, it's like 247,000. So, I mean, getting that 15% back health, like if they get through your armor, just jump behind cover and just light it and just lay into them because you're going to have higher critical hit chance. And you're just going to get all that health back, which is what I do with this build in PvE. So, got health, SMG damage, if you can kind of tell. It's all about having health. It's not really about armor, it's about health. So clutch is huge. You have to use it. Now clutch only works with the AR, SMG, or LMG. So you could even try to make a build out of this with the LMG, which is something I'm thinking about doing, especially with Tier 5 coming out this week. So next up on the list to add to that is this Richter and Kaiser, so R and K, which I don't care about because it gives me hazard protection, which I haven't even honestly figured out what it does. 3.5% critical hit chance, which I wish was a little higher. 7.5% weapon damage, which is a lot. 48.92 health, so I wish that was a higher health roll. But I've got Vital, which health increased by 20%. That's huge. Safeguard. This is the other one that you need 5 or less. Killing a target grants 150% bonus to repairing and healing effects for 20 seconds. So if you can manage to pull off that first kill, then you will be golden. I actually want to see. Might be able to push my skill power up.
Hello, Agent.
Yep. Like I said, this isn't optimized. I would really love to have a Berserk chest piece like this one, which I can't move. I can't do anything to this one because this goes on my Shredder build, and it doesn't have. It has too much. It has too many reds, so it put me at 6. Because this one right now is at 5. So if I have one like this, if I could find another one like this and roll off hard hitting and put Vital right there, dude, this build would be insane. Because then I'd be pushing about that 100k mark, which is really where you want to be. Sidearm, we have the Liberty because I love the Liberty. But yeah, that's really how the build works. The build is all centered around synergizing you landing your shots, having a lot of health, and having a lot of crit hit chance. So I'm running a Reviver just because I usually run. I wouldn't say solo. I try to run with buddies, but I mean, if we're all kind of fighting, I like to have my Reviver. If I go down, it gives me a chance to get back up. Chem Launcher heal just because that's my favorite heal. And let's go look at my stats. So crit hit chance, 51%. So I'm not at the cap. So there's some room for improvement for me. I need to try, like I said, it's not optimized. I need to try to get it to that 60, 35% critical hit damage. You guys are like probably thinking, man, that's trash. To a certain degree, you're right. But the whole point of the build is when your armor gets depleted, you have 100% more critical hit damage. So really, I'd be hitting at 135% critical hit damage. So it's about having a lot of critical hit chance, honestly. So that's where I need to work on, is really my crit hit chance, try to get that to that 60. And we won't even go into the sniper, because the sniper is just a side effect. Really, the way, if you really wanted to optimize this build, is put the chatterbox here, because it'll boost your rate of fire for the vector. Now for my vector, for my mods, I'm running a reflex sight, 10% crit hit damage, laser pointer, 10% crit hit chance, this suppressor, 20% critical hit chance. So you get this suppressor from doing one of the secret side missions. If you guys want me to put up a video on that, I'm more than happy to. Just leave a comment down below. And of course, for me, I've got the 10 extra rounds, but that you lose 5% critical hit chance. So that's kind of big. See, this one, the 20%, the mag, the suppressor, you get a lot of critical hit chance, but you lose 10% rate of fire. So if you had the chatterbox will increase your rate of fire, so you get to keep what you lost. So that's really what I mean by using the chatterbox to be able to really optimize this build. For me, I'm not going to make the chatterbox until tier 5. What's the point? Tier 5 comes out in 3 days, so I'm just going to hold off. Like I said, this one didn't optimize, but if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like. Subscribe to daily content. I'm getting back into the groove of things. I mean, I know I missed a couple days, but I'm trying to get back into it, have a lot going on. Also, if you could, let me know down below what you guys think of this build. I know you've probably seen it. There's tons of other YouTubers that I think have made something similar to this. This is just my version. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you guys are running into it in the dark zone. How do you feel about playing against those people? Do you think that this build needs a nerf? And I may be the first one to ever come out with something like this and say, hey, does this need a nerf already? It's not even tier 5 yet. But in tier 5, if you got it to where you had a ton of health, if you just remade your build and optimized it again, you're going to have the same issues as tier 4. So if you're really good, have spent all your time building this one build, you can shred a whole team, because you look weak because your armor's gone, but that's really when you're at your strongest, because you've got more critical hit chance or critical hit damage. You've got almost 100% more damage because you've got Berserk running, and if you just got a kill, you have Safeguard, so any healing effects completely regen you. So, and if you have a lot of health on kills. So that's what I mean, is let me know how you guys feel about the build down below, and as always, I will see you guys tomorrow.